still, sharpen steel, this the grind of the blade. Manhood forging fire where the shadows parade. Legacy on my shoulders built brick by brick. No shortcuts in the blueprint, this life ain't a trick.
Hey guys, I hope your day is going well so far. My name's Figueiredo, and I'm a First Assistant Director in the film industry. For those of you who don't know, a First Assistant Director actually doesn't assist the director in the ways that you would think they would. I'm not in charge of the actors in the same framework that you would imagine with what the job title says. My job is actually closely related to a project manager. I'm in charge of breaking down the script, making sure that every department knows what elements that they're meant to be bringing to the table when we go to shoot. I'm in charge of scheduling and letting every department know, and this could be crews of 200 to 500 people. It's extremely, extremely large, and it gets very involved. When I get there on the day, I'm making sure that our shots are in order, what we're going to move to, when we're going to move to it, how many things we can actually achieve in the day. And if for some reason something's going wrong, like an actor came sick, a prop isn't there on the day, making sure that I have a plan in place to maneuver around our day. Something that happened on a recent show is one of the actresses broke her leg, and we still had about 10 days of filming left to do, and she was a very core element. It shifted a lot of things around, so I'm sure you could imagine the chaos that surrounded that. So how does this affect your mental health? Well, personally, it's quite challenging. Whilst working the 12-hour days to usually 15, you miss out on a lot of activities that you would usually do with family and friends. If someone has a birthday party, there's a good chance you're not going to be able to make it. Significant events in people's lives. Now, one good thing is, if you have a good head of department, they'll usually let you take the time off or take that one day off or leave a little bit earlier, but not a lot of people in our line of work are fortunate enough to achieve that. A lot of people come from the old school mentality of like, you're there to work, you need to make that dollar. And if you're not willing to miss out on these events, someone else will. I've talked to many people who don't follow that same mindset, which is fantastic. I don't want to be one of those people who follow that same mindset. I want to give people a life outside of work, which is time that they won't get back. But time in the film industry is thousands of dollars, essentially. You waste thousands of dollars if you waste time. The difference between 10 minutes can be $10,000. Essentially, it could be every minute is $10,000. So how does that pay a toll on your head? Knowing that you're dealing with hundreds of thousands of dollars, it's not your own, but you're in charge of making sure that it's getting spent, at least logistically, making sure that you're getting every shot that you can possibly get, and it's at a high quality that will be able to be sold to some company that has multiple millions of dollars. Personally, I don't care. After we call cut, it's done. It's out of my head. But I have a team of anywhere between 4 to 7 people sometimes that I have to maintain on top of all the other departments that I have to coordinate with. Communication is huge in my line of work, and if you're not if you're someone who rubs people the wrong way, I personally find myself a little bit of a chameleon, but you have to tackle it on the job pretty much in the moment as it comes, because again, some friction could cause wastage of time, and if you're inefficient, you're costing the producers hundreds, if not thousands of dollars for you having a little tiff with someone. And you can't bring in exterior problems onto the film set and let your mental health be low. It's actually a really challenging thing to maintain. What I do and what I tell my team is, usually if I'm on set with them and I'm short or abrupt with them, I'll always come back and apologize to them, either at the end of the day, maybe the next day, just because sometimes it's heat of the moment. Things get thrown around. Usually it's always professional, but it might be a little bit abrupt, and some people deal with that in different ways. If I'm having a moment or I'm dealing with some hard news, I always tell my team, just come let me know, because you can always step away from set. We're not in an industry that is going to be life-threatening, and it's never worth it. The shot's never worth it. My department is in charge of also making sure that people are working safely, and if you're in that mindset, then you're not potentially working coherently. And if you're not, then it's creating an unsafe environment, which could end up hurting other people. Lastly, quickly before I'm finished, how do I deal with it if I know that I'm in a down mood? I have a few things. I try to maintain a healthy lifestyle as much as I can, because first and foremost, it's the one thing we have control over that is able to keep us in a more focused mind state, as well as just healthier in general. I stand for 12 to 15 hours in the day. I have to be making sure that my body is up to that task, where sometimes in really hot and humid areas, you don't want to be passing out whilst you're on set. And we're fed incredibly well. There's so much food on set, which is also a problem because you could just snack the whole day. And I have grilled cheese sandwiches when on demand. Incredible. But another thing that I do is when I know that I'm just feeling super low, I'll end up just smiling for like 2 whole minutes. I'll force a smile. I'll take some deep breaths. I'll give myself that room. It usually helps. It makes me a little bit more happy. It makes life a little bit better. The other thing is, if it happens on set and I just like have a spur of the moment that I need to step up, I'll give myself permission to do that. Because again, I take 5 minutes to calm down, recenter myself, then it's not adding to an anxious environment that's already stressful. It's not going to make people perform in ways that they wouldn't technically be expected to, or wouldn't act in a normal mindset, because they're not hearing my voice yell at them being like, we need to go faster, we need to go be more efficient, yada, 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 because of the way that I'm mentally feeling. My job affects a lot of people on the ground. So how to keep that in check? There was one piece of crucial information that I forgot to give you. When I was younger, I got taught this nice little rule that I like to bring into every set. Well, not bring into every set that I go on to. It was sort of, you put all of your emotions in this metaphoric, figuratively speaking, luggage, and when you get to the door of your set, you just leave it there. You go in, you go about your day, and then when you're done for the day, you go and you take it back. Another piece of crucial information is that try not bringing your work home with you, because you want to try to keep those two parts of yourself separate. Maybe just quickly do a 20-minute rundown with your partner or your family, and then leave it at that, because sometimes they don't know your world. They want to understand it a little bit, but if you keep those two things separate, you're already spending like 15 hours of your day dealing with work. You don't want to keep going on about it. What else can I tell you guys? Oh yeah, lastly, if you're in the moment and something is happening, a nice rule of thumb is, if it's not going to affect you 5 years from now, don't let it severely affect you right now, because you could have a domino effect on other things in that current situation if you maintain a high level of frustration. Whereas if you just don't let it affect you, you learn to let it go, you breathe through it, you get back to a nice level, then you can go about your day. It'll be fantastic, and you'll have a good time. Everyone will have a good time. Anyway, that's probably all the time I have for you guys. My name's Figueiredo. If you need me, come find me. I'm happy to help out or answer any more questions you guys might have. Have a great day.
Steel, sharpen steel, this the grind of the blade. Manhood, forging fire where the shadows parade. Legacy on my shoulders, built brick by brick. No shortcuts in the blueprint, this life ain't a trick. New day, dawn.